Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Electric Bike Journal. Today we'll be talking about the Mahle-powered E-Hatchet Tour from DeVinci. This is just one of a few new models, a part of the E-Hatchet family from DeVinci. Very fun bike, very enjoyable, great component spec. But let's learn more about this really fun bike and see how it rides. All right, getting out on the E-Hatchet Tour. You can definitely do some sport rides on this thing. It's not exclusively for touring, but I find the geometry, the reach, the stack height, ergonomics of the bars, everything's very comfortable and very nice to get out and do some sport riding. So take on some hills and see how the thing does. Now, one thing I'm noticing on the E-Hatchet Tour here is, yes, it's set up for touring, kind of gravel riding, with all the mounts on the frame, carry a lot of gear and cargo with you. But from a sport riding standpoint, it's not lacking anything for geometry. If you want to get more aggressive with your riding, you're not going to be doing any touring, you can drop that stack height, maybe even get a little longer step, really bring yourself down lower into the bike. But I don't mind this position, especially, you know, urban areas where you're up top in the hoods, you're down in the drops. It's nice to have a little bit more comfort, that extra height, but it's definitely made it enjoyable to ride so far. I did connect this system to the app real quick. Everything was all updated, but there are 3 pedal assist modes. So green's like your eco, orange is your tour or your trail, and pink is that boost, that full power, maxing out that drive unit. Now this Mahle drive unit is very quiet in the eco mode. If I weren't feeling it, I wouldn't know it was on. I'm kicking up into a higher mode, still don't hear it. And then that boost, dead silent. So really nice and quiet drive unit, very stealthy. This new controller on the top tube, I really like. Super simple, but it has a nice sensitivity and kind of a nice indexing too. Like when you press the button, you can actually feel it kind of click, which is nice. I mean, I don't have gloves on right now, but if I were riding with gloves, it is hard to feel that button, but you can actually feel it kind of snap a little bit, which I think is really neat. And the lights there indicate what pedal assist mode you're in. As you can see, I'll shade it. And they will also change with your battery level as well, so you can kind of keep an eye on that. Shimano GRX 2x Groupset, which has been great. On the pavement here, about 46 PSI in these WTB 40C tires on aluminum rims. These are tubed, but not super firm on tire pressure. On the pavement, it's been great. 2x drivetrain. I haven't found myself needing to use that small chain ring yet. Plenty of gearing and with the pedal assist to get that little extra boost. Now, as far as a bike out of a box goes, you know, there was some assembly, handlebars on, and then some setup, you know, rolling the bars, adjusting the hoods, stuff like that. But it's all pretty straightforward. Basic tool set, basic bike tool set, that is, you know, some hex wrenches. Really, that's it. And a pump to air up your tires, and then plug it in and charge it. It's ready to go. And everything's been working really well. I did have to index the front derailleur. It was a little bit short, either the cable stretched or tension changed somehow in shipping and assembly, but all I did was adjust the stop to bring the front derailleur out some so it wouldn't rub on the chain, and it's been perfect since then. But when I put this together, you know, I'm looking at the saddle on this, kind of some of the other little contact points, and was considering I may be interested in changing to a saddle I prefer more. I decided to get the first few laps in riding this as it comes, and I am rather surprised with the comfort of this saddle. Quite frankly, I find it to be super nice, really comfortable, a good shape, and a good texture. It's not too grippy where it catches your bibs or your pants, but it's also not super slick, so you don't feel yourself sliding around. So definitely good on them for that spec. Looks like it's an in-house saddle, so a nice, good design from them. So on flat ground in that gear, and I am overspinning, getting 6 miles an hour, and actually rolling over the pedals. So I've been climbing up hills. You can choose to stay in an eco mode, save some battery, and if you're okay with going a little bit slower, gearing on that nice and low, and will help you get up those hills nice and easily. Let's get back up into a big ring there. While the bike is still off, we have some nice flat ground here. It's not super windy. I'll just pedal into it, get into a nice comfortable gear cadence. We'll see how this rolls. Like I said, 46 PSI in the tires. I'm on size large, 6 feet tall, about 185 pounds. I'm riding a lot, so I have a little bit of strength in me, I guess. Early in the season still. But getting up into that highest gear, dropping down into the hoods, 19 and a half, 20 miles an hour. Again, the drive unit's off, and it is rolling super smooth. Bike's gonna do 20 with pretty minimal effort put into it. So that's great for efficiency. If you want to pedal a little bit easier, get in that eco mode. It's gonna help you get that 20 without putting in much effort, and therefore not driving out much out of battery. All right, so the E-Hatchet Tour is a size large. They measured this at a 57 millimeter. I think that's on point. I actually like the conservative numbers that they have on this. It's a 71.5 degree head tube angle, which feels really good. It's not overly pushed into the touring, slacked out, and it's not overly aggressive like a road bike. I think that's a really good call there. You're seeing that kind of head tube angle on a lot of gravel bikes, which is really nice. We have a 492 millimeter reach. I really feel like that fits great at 6 feet tall, and a 610 millimeter stack height. So a little bit taller stack height than a dedicated gravel bike, but you can't drop. There's about, let's see, maybe 20 to 30 millimeters of spacers under that stem, so you can definitely drop those down quite a bit. But having the stack height up nice and high, getting down into these hoods for all that control and comfort, I don't feel like I'm overly bent over on the bike. It feels super duper comfortable. Real good ergonomics on the bars to grab your brakes, and then up top on the hoods. The reach isn't too far. The stack's not too tall where I'm sitting upright on this thing. Still have that forward motion. Really, really great numbers on this bike. 700cc wheels with room on the fork, room on the frame to go a little bit larger than these 40C tires. And I'll put down here on the screen what they advise for max widths for with and without fenders. But that 40C, I really like it. It's becoming one of my favorite tire sizes across the board from road to gravel. There are a lot of options, and I like the extra comfort, and the rolling resistance is very much so enjoyed, a good pleasure. But yeah, all in all, E-Hatchet Tour, super rad bike, alloy frame, carbon fork, kind of alloy touch points at the bar, stem, seat post, wheels, but they're doing a great job on this, and we're really happy to get miles on it. This is kind of first ride overview of the bike. As I mentioned earlier, we will be getting plenty more miles on it to see more about battery range, the different pedal assist modes, with and without gear, and of course getting some probably pretty killer elevation to tackle with some of our longer rides, as opposed to today. It was a little bit of hills, not much. But thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave those down below. See you in the next one.